1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I'm a developer come trainer. Okay. So for this entire course, whatever the questions that we are discussing here, you will get the answers for all these questions as a PDF document. So please join everyone. Please join into this WhatsApp and Telegram link for getting the answers for all the questions that what we are going to discuss in our session today. Okay. Am I audible? Students, am I audible? Image is displaying. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Sound is very clear, right? Okay. My voice is not clear, not good. Please adjust. Okay. Done. So in yesterday's session, we have discussed about all of the interview questions that we were facing when we go for the interview, right? As a fresher or as an experienced person. So we'll be facing a lot of interview questions. No, almost everything we have covered yesterday, almost 100. Okay. Today, we are going to focus on the main, very important concepts of core Java. Those are strings, exception handling mechanism, and multi-threading concepts and collections framework. Okay. So the first question, what are object class methods? What are object class methods? You know, yesterday we discussed, right? So what is a super class for all classes in Java? Object class is a super class for all classes in Java. Yes or no? Whether it is a user-defined class or it is a predefined class. Got it? So 1 minute, students. Are you able to see my screen? Everyone? Yes. So there is a problem from your end only, Sheikh. Okay, please check it once or log in again. Fine. So object class is a super class for all classes in Java. Okay. What are object class methods? Actually, we have get class method available. Okay. And hash code method available. Wait, toString method, clone method, equals method, finalize method, notify, unnotify all methods. So these are all the methods that are available in the object class. So let me open the paint and then I'll show it to you. Yes, yesterday pending questions also today we are going to cover in our course, in our session. These are object class methods. So the first one is get class method, which is used for finding the class details. Hash code method. Every object will have a hash code, isn't it or not? Every object will have a hash code, a unique identity number that you are getting by using this hash code method. Wait, notify, and notify all methods. These three methods are used for inter-thread communication purpose. Okay. So notify and notify all methods. Almost all of the threads related methods are available in the java.lang package and in the thread class. In the thread class, we have all the methods available. Threads related methods are available in the thread class. But these three methods like wait, notify, and notify all methods, okay, are available in the java.lang.object class. These three methods are used for inter-thread communication purpose. Okay. And next one is toString method, which is used for getting the string. Actually, you can use this toString method in different ways. When you are using with string, you will get the content of that string. If you use with arrays, okay, you are getting the contents. I mean, all the array elements will be printed in square brackets separated with comma and space. Yesterday, I discussed about that. Isn't it? So yes, Anil is asking, yes, we will compulsory provide the material as well for you people after this session. Please join into the Telegram and WhatsApp group. We'll prepare the questions and then question and answers and then we'll send it to you. Okay. So mostly by tomorrow, you people will get the answers for all these questions that whatever we have discussed. Got it? Fine. So toString method. Then next one is clone method. If you want to copy the already existing object, then we are going to use clone method. We have a equals method for comparison purpose. Finalize method, we discussed already about the finalize method in the yesterday session, like the differences between final, finally, and finalize. Okay, now that finalize method is deprecated in the latest versions. Got it? So these are all the methods that are available in the object class. Understand? Yesterday class video, you will get it in our Ashok IT YouTube channel. Okay, please go to live streaming, live option, there you will get. So what is the default hash code implementation? Generally, hash code method, whenever we use the hash code method, obviously you will get the unique identity number of that particular object. Got it? Say example, I have created one object known as student. Student S1 is equals to what? I'll write like this. I'll write student S1 is equals to new student. Automatically, whenever I call S1 dot hash code, you will get the hash code, unique identity number of that particular object. Got it or not? Next. So next one is what? What is the default toString method implementation? Generally, toString method is available in the object class. So you know that object class is a super class for all classes in Java. So whatever the methods that are available in the object class, all those methods are available in each and every class in Java. Got it or not? So if you want to provide, I mean, whenever you use this toString method directly, I'll show you one example here. See this example. Here we have written class student. Private int ID I have taken. Got it or not? So whenever I write like this, public boolean equals. Got it? So here actually what this toString method will do, I'll tell you 1 minute. So whenever you write like this, string S1 is equals to some hello I have written. Got it or not? So whenever you use like this S1 dot toString, automatically the content present in that particular S1 string object will get printed on the output screen. Got it or not? Understand? Are you clear, students? Yes. The same thing, if you do it by using what? User defined class object. Say example, I have a person class. Okay. Whenever I use p1 dot toString, automatically you will get what? The class name at the rate hash code. Got it or not? So in the string class and in the wrapper classes, understand or not, and in the enum class, this toString method is already overridden. That is what the reason, whenever we use this toString method, you are getting the content of that particular object. But whereas if we use the same toString method in user defined class objects, like I have a student class, I have a person class, or I have an employee class, if I use even dot toString, automatically you don't get the content present in that employee class object. Say example, employee class object consists of employee name, employee ID, salary, and designation. You want to get that content. But whenever you write even dot toString, you don't get that employee details. You will get the class name at the rate hash code. Understand? So that hash code is also in hexadecimal format. You will get it, class name at the rate hash code. That is the default toString implementation. But madam, we don't want the class name at the rate hash code. We want the actual content present in that employee class object. Means then you should override the toString method in your program. Got it or not? Public string, toString. You have to override the toString method in your program for getting the employee information on the output screen. Got it or not? Are you clear, students? Hash code, what is the default implementation of hash code? You will get the unique identifier of that particular object. Whereas when you come to the toString implementation, what is the default toString implementation? Generally, whenever you write, you try to print an user defined object. Got it? Then you will get class name at the rate hash code. But actually, if you people wants to get the actual content present in that particular object, then you should override the toString method in your class. Because for every class in Java, the super class is an object class. So for employee class also, the super class is what? Object class only now. So whatever the object class consists of, all those methods are inherited to our employee class. So the same toString method you are overriding in your class. Understand? So like this you will be writing so public string toString method. Okay, you can override it and then you can write whatever you want to print it here. written, say example, employee ID, you want to print employee ID is equals to EMP ID, like that. You can print it like this. Understand, ma? Okay, this is the default two string implementation. But whereas when you, madam, when I write s1.toString, or when I write integer I1 is equals to 120, I have written, if I print I1.toString, I am getting the content, right? Isn't it or not? Because this toString method is already overridden in the string class, integer wrapper class, all the wrapper classes, and the enum class. That is what the reason you're getting like that. Why are strings immutable in nature? String is nothing but what? A group of characters. Got it or not? Yes, exactly. Exactly. One student is saying like toString for predefined object, you will get the already scientist provided objects, not for all objects. Okay, for strings and wrapper classes and enum, you'll get the content. But for user defined object, you are getting the class name at the rate hash code. Okay, Arvind? Fine. So now we are going to discuss about the strings concept. What is a string? How many ways are there to create strings in Java? Actually, strings are nothing but if you write a group of characters in double quotes, that we will call it as a string. Yes or no? So if you go for a C or C++ programming languages, C and character array and string, both are same there. Got it or not? If you write a character array, that character array and string both are treated as same in C language. But whereas when you come to Java, in Java, character array is different, string is different. Okay, got it or not? String is a predefined class in Java, which is present in the java.lang package. Understand or not? These string class objects are immutable in nature. Actually, we have to handle the strings in Java. The scientist has provided 3 classes for us. Okay, so whatever I am going to discuss about strings now, okay, that entire topic will cover almost from 4th question to till 15th question. Please concentrate. Please switch off your cameras. Fine. So from 4th question to till 15th question, whatever the theoretical part I am going to discuss now will be covered here, ma. Got it? So coming to this, string class objects. JavaSoft people has provided 3 classes for us. One is a string class, and another one is a string buffer class, and another one is the string builder class. String builder class. Okay, these 3 classes are final classes. That means what? You cannot create a subclass for that. For final classes, we cannot create a subclass, right? Understand or not? So these 3 are the final classes. For that, you cannot create any subclasses. So, but here, string class objects are immutable in nature. String class objects are what? Immutable in nature. What is immutability? Say example, if you write some content into that, okay, once you write the content, you cannot modify it. Even if you try to modify also, that modification will be done in the different memory location, not in the same memory location. That is nothing but immutability nature. Got it? Next, coming to the string buffer and string builder classes. These string buffer and string builder class objects are mutable in nature. That means what? If you do any modification, modification will be done in the same memory. Modification will be done in the same memory. Let me explain that. Actually, there are different ways to create strings in Java. Okay, but 2 I will explain it here. Okay, so the first one is what? String S1 is equals to new string of, okay, string S1 is equals to new string of, here you write a hello. This is the first way of creating the string. Second way is what? String S2 is equals to hello. This is the second way of creating the string. So generally, all objects will be created, mostly 90% of the objects will be created using new operator only. Okay, so whenever you create an object using new operator, the memory gets allocated in which area? Heap area. Got it or not? So then this is nothing but at the time of declaring the variable, when you store a value, that we will call it as what? Literal. Yesterday I said. Got it? So this is nothing but a literal. That means at the time of declaring the variable, when you store a value, that we will call it as a literal. Got it? Understand, students? Yes. So, but these string class objects, if you create any string class object using new operator, the memory gets allocated in which area? Heap area. Got it or not? And coming to this, if you create any of the string object using literal like this, the memory gets allocated in the string constant pool, or string literal pool, string constant pool or string literal pool. That means what? The speciality of this string constant pool is, actually this is also available in the heap area only. Got it? The speciality of this string constant pool or string literal pool is, okay, here we consist of, it consists of only the unique objects. The unique objects. That means what? Say example, I am creating two more objects now. Say example, string S3 is equals to new string of, if I write like this, hello. Okay, where this will be created? In the heap area. Madam, already hello string is available, right? But still you are using new operator, right? Because of that reason, even though the content is same, a separate memory gets allocated for this S3 object in the heap area. The same thing, I'll do it like this also now. S4 is equals to hello, I will write. Madam, now I have created one more string S4, hello. That means what? Because this is what? A literal, isn't it? Where the memory gets allocated in the string constant pool or string literal pool. Got it or not? Understand? So first what JVM will do, it will goes to the string constant pool. Okay, and it will check whether this particular string is already available in the pool or not. Of course, it is already there in the pool, no? So that's why it doesn't create any other memory. It will sense a reference of this hello, because before going to allocate memory for this S4 string object, okay, first JVM will go to pool, checks whether this hello is already available in the pool or not. And if it is available, it will sense this particular hello object reference to S4, so that S4 is also referring to the same memory where this S2 is referring. Got my point or not? Understand? Say example. Let's take, so this is the heap area. In this is the pool area. Got it or not? So this is the pool. So now what exactly happens? Here S1 hello is created. S3 hello also created. Okay. So S1 is referring to, even though the content is same, what is happening here? Because you are using the new operator for allocating, right? Isn't it? So this is S1 and this is S2 and this is S3 and this one is, sorry, small correction. What is that? Tell me. If you create any of the object using new operator, the memory gets allocated in the heap area. No, it is S3. Now this is S2 and the same reference will be sent to S4. So S4 is also referring to the same memory. That means this is a SCP, string constant pool. Got my point or not? Understand? And this is what? Heap area. Got it or not? It is a special area which is available in the heap. If you create any of the what you can say string objects, okay, using, at the time of declaring the variable itself, when you store a value, that is string literals. So those string literals memory gets allocated in the string constant pool. But one more thing you should remember here, even if you create 100 objects with same content, all the 100 objects will be referring to the same memory. Like that, it is saving the memory. Got my point or not? Instead of allocating 100 different objects, okay, if the content is same in the pool, what exactly happens? That reference will be sent to all of the 100 objects. All the 100 references are referring to the same memory. That is the advantage of using the string constant pool. Are you clear, students? Heap is a memory area that is available where the objects will be stored. When you create, where you create and how you create, all objects memory is allocated in the heap area only. Got it? So if you see the JVM, right? JVM will have memory areas, runtime data areas or runtime memory areas like method area, heap area, stack area. Okay, native method stack, PC registers, like that. It is because, okay, 1 minute, someone is asking Someone is asking some doubts, ma. I'll clarify your doubts. Okay, please wait. Yes, Sheikh, I have sent Hari Krishna. I am sending the Telegram and WhatsApp group link. Please make it. Okay, fine. Fine, listen. So why here S1 and S3 both are not referring to the same object? That is what one student asked. Got it or not? Why? Because if you create any of the object using new operator, even though the content is same, okay, it doesn't refer to the same memory. Because you are using new operator, separate memory gets allocated because the strings are immutable in nature. Got it or not? Strings are immutable in nature. That means what? What exactly happens actually here? Yes. So strings are immutable in nature means what? If you do any modification will not be done in the same memory. Separate memory gets allocated. There only it is referring. Say example, first I have stored S1 is hello. And after that, if I change it as S1.concat of string hello world, okay, automatically for hello world, separate memory gets allocated. It doesn't refers to the same memory. Understand or not? I will be writing like this, ma. String S1 is equals to hello. Got it? Next I am writing string S2 is equals to S1 dot, or else I'll be writing like this. S1 dot concat of, okay, world. If I write like this, because I have not assigned to, got it or not? Because I have not assigned this new memory. First, what exactly happens actually here? For S1, memory gets allocated. Hello. But now you are concatenating world now. Actually, string class objects are immutable in nature. Modification will not be done. If you do any changes, that modification will be done in the different memory, not in the same memory. So separate memory gets allocated, and in that memory it will stores the hello world. Okay, so whenever you assign like this, S1 is equals to, so then what you are doing, that new memory you are assigning to S1, so that S1 will leave this hello. I mean, it is earlier it is referring to hello, right? Now you are making that S1 to refer to hello world. Got my point or not? This link will be collapsed and now S1 is referring to hello world, students. Okay, that is what immutability. Next, mutable in nature. That means what? Now I am creating, okay, here I am creating two more objects, ma. String buffer SB1 is equals to new string buffer of, okay, new string buffer of hi, you can write. So actually string objects will get created by using both string literals as well as new operator. But string, if you go for this string buffer and string builder, it will be created by using what? Only new operator. Okay, string builder, like this. Understand not? So for the string buffer and string builder, memory gets allocated in the heap area only. But if we use SB1 dot append of hi students, like I am appending this one, so then it will be done in the same memory only. So madam, how can you confirm that the string object is memory gets allocated? If you do any modification, I am telling like the memory gets allocated separately. For string buffer and string builder, in the same memory, the modification will be done. That is what I'm telling. What is the proof? Check the hash code. After concatenation, before concatenation, use this hash code method and check it out. Obviously, for string, you will get different hash codes. For a buffer and builder, you will get same hash codes. That is how you can prove that string class objects are immutable in nature. String buffer and string builder class objects are mutable in nature. Understand or not? Got it? Next one is what? Say example. Generally, I'll be writing two statements here, ma. Okay, 1 minute. I'll show you. Yeah. Here we have so many methods available in the string class. Like what? so many string class methods like to upper, okay, to lower, like this. So many methods like retain method, okay, and we can use this format method, okay, caret method. Got it or not? Isn't it or not? When you go for java.lang.string class, we have so many methods available like contains all method, format method, retain methods, split method, okay, join method. Got it or not? Substring methods, okay, last index of, first index of, like this. So many methods are available. Got it? So, but there is one of the very important interview question available here in the string class. The first thing is, what is the difference between equal operator, okay, equals method, and compare to method, and what? Compare to method. Got it or not? Equal operator, equals method, and compare to method. I'll tell you the difference, students. This is one of the very important interview question which everyone will face. Got it or not? Please switch off your cameras. It is disturbing others, please. Thank you. Yes, Arvind. Arvind is telling like object stored in heap area. Yes, object references will be stored in stack area. Yes, correct. So now let's concentrate on this. I'll clarify all your doubts at the end of the session. Okay, because we need to cover all of the questions, right, within the time, stipulated time. Fine, listen here. Equal operator, equals method, and compare to method. So equal operator always compares the references. Equal operator compares the references. But whereas when you come to equals method, this equals method compares the content. Actually saying, whatever this equal operator will do, the same thing will be done by equals method. It behaves in a different way. Got it or not? Understand? But for strings, equals method compares the content. Even compare to method will also use it for comparing the content only, but in lexicographically manner. That means what? If both the strings are 0, alphabetical wise comparison will be done, ASCII code comparison. Understand or not? So here, if both the strings are same, this compare to method will return 0. If both strings are different, right, it will return either positive or negative value. Whenever you get a positive or negative value, you will think like the compare to, both strings are not same. If you get a 0, then you can say that both strings are same. Got it or not? Now, coming to the equal operator. Understand or not? Coming to the equal operator. Let's get into the topic here. We have, see here. So if you write like this, okay, I'm telling you, say example, what exactly happens is equals method in the string class, this equals method is overridden. Already that equals method is overridden. Got my point or not? That is what the reason it is comparing the content. It is not comparing the hash codes. Got it or not? But whereas if you use any of the user defined object, okay, this equals method will also do the reference comparison only. Hash code comparison only. In that case, what you have to do, you should override that equals method in your program to do the comparison of the content. Understand my point or not? This is one of the very, very important interview question which everyone will face it in your interviews, whether you are a fresher or experienced person. Got it? So equal operator will compare the references, nothing but hash codes. Say example. Now here we have one diagram. No, S1, if I write S1 equals S2, both references are not same. No. Got my point or not? S1 is available in the heap area. S1 is available in the heap area. S2 is available in the pool. Yes or no? Obviously, the references or hash codes are different. That's why it will return what? False. It will return what? False. But whereas when you come to S1 equals to S3, this will also return false because the hash codes are different. But whereas if you write S2 is equals to S4, it will return to true because both are referring to the same memory. So the hash code is same. Got it or not? Understand? This is one of the very important and confusing question. Okay. Got it or not? Now, coming to this, if I write S1 dot equals of S2 or S1 dot equals of S3, it will return to true because the content is same. Even though if you write equal operator, it is giving false because the hash codes are different. S1 memory is different, S3 memory is different, but both contains the same content. Yes or no? So whenever you use equals method, S1 dot equals of S3, true you will get it because the content is same. So if you get this question, the interviewer will confuses you. He will surely confuse you, but you should be very strong. Got it? You should answer in a very clear manner to the interviewer, saying that he will ask this question. He will show you this code to you. He will tell like, okay, you are telling that S1 dot equals of S3 equals to true. Okay, fine, I agree. But he will show this type of code to you. I'll show it to you 1 minute. This type of code to you. He will create a student class, and in that he will create one ID, name, so on, so something, and you forget about this method, ma. He don't write this method actually. Okay, na? Understand or not? He will write like this. Okay, S1, the same content, same ID is there. S2 also same ID is there. This S1, S2 are two student objects. He will write like this. S1 dot equals of S2. It will return false. Understand or not? It will return what? False. So in that case, what exactly happens actually here? What exactly happens actually here? It will return false. No. Then immediately he will ask, what is this? You are telling like when you take two string objects, it is returning true. But here I am taking the same ID, but it is returning false. Why? Because this equals method is overridden in the string class. Equals method is overridden in the wrapper classes. Equals method is overridden in the enum class. That's why it is comparing the contents there. But in our student class, it is not overridden, right? That is what the reason equals method is comparing the hash codes. S1 student object hash code is different. S2 student object hash code is different. That is what the reason it is returning false here. But if you want to make this equals method to compare the content, then you have to override that equals method in our program like this. Public boolean equals object obj, student object, you can take it. If ID not equals to S1 dot ID, you can return false. Otherwise, it will return what? True. If you write like this, I have created a student object. Yes or no? I'm converting that object type to student type. Yes, and that ID, I am comparing it with S1 dot ID. So if it is not same, no, it will return false. Otherwise, it will return what? True. In that way, you will do the comparison. Understand, students? Are you clear? So generally, equal operator, equals method, both will do the hash code comparison only. But in some cases, in some scenarios, it will do the content comparison, especially in wrapper classes and strings. Compare to method will compare the content in lexicographical manner. That means what? In canonical form, simply saying. Compare to method will do the comparison in canonical form, like you people are getting either 0 or positive or negative value. If you get positive or negative value, that means you're getting what? You're getting what? The both strings are not same. But if you get 0, both strings are same. That is what you're going to get it. Are you clear, students? Now, I'll write one more question here. String S1 is equals to new string of, or else string S1 is equals to, okay, new string of, I'll be writing like this. Hello. Got it. Next, string S2 is equals to S1, I'll write. Now tell me how many strings will get created here. Generally, everyone will say like only 2 strings gets created. Yes or no? S1 string, madam. S2 string, madam. 2 strings gets created, but wrong. Here 3 strings gets created. One is this hello string object, another one is S1, and next one is S2. Like the 3 strings gets created here. Understand, students? Are you clear? Yes. So next. Here. Now, let's get into our questions, ma. Why strings are immutable in nature? because if you do any modification, okay, the modification will not be done in the same memory. It will be done in different memory. Okay, difference between immutable and mutable string objects. So in if string buffer and string builder class objects are mutable in nature, where if you do any modification will be done in the same memory. But whereas string class objects are immutable in nature, modification will be done in the different memory. Okay, got it or not? But string buffer, string builder, both are immutable in nature only. Now, then what is the difference, madam? String buffer is thread safe, string builder are not thread safe. That means string buffer class methods are synchronized, string builder class methods are not synchronized. Now, just now only I explained this question answer, equals method and equal operator difference. What is string immutability? We have explained. Where are string values stored in memory? If you create by using new operator, memory is allocated in the heap area. If you create by using string literal, memory is allocated in the string constant pool. And I have discussed about the differences between the string class, string buffer, and string builder classes. All the three classes or final classes, this will create immutable objects. These two will create what? Mutable objects. Understand? Explain about toString method. Just now I have explained. If you use toString method for user defined objects, it will print the class name at the rate hash code. But if you want to get the content, present in that, you should override the toString method in your class. What is the use of equals method? Generally speaking, equal operator and equals method will do the hash code comparison. Okay, reference comparison. But for string class, wrapper classes, and enum classes, it is going to do the content comparison. If you want to make your user in your user defined class also, if this equals method wants to compare the content, then you have to override it in your program. What is the use of hash code? Unique identity. So if there are so many objects will be created in our program, in our programs, or in so many objects will be available in the heap area, isn't it or not? If you want to identify a particular object, you are giving, the JVM is providing a unique identity number for each and every object, that we will call it as a hash code. Okay, that hash code you will get it, that unique identity number you will get it by using this hash code method. Got it? And can you give examples of different utility methods in string class? So many methods are there. Just now I discussed contains method, format method, caret method, length method, okay, toString method. Then we have what you can say substring methods. Okay, index of, last index of method, ends with, starts with method. Like this, so many methods are available in the string class. You can refer Java documentation, java.lang.string class, so that you can see all the methods which are available in the string class. Are you clear? Yes. So what is the difference between string and string buffer? String class objects are immutable in nature. String buffer class objects are mutable in nature, but both are thread safe only. Understand? String builder and string buffer differences. Both are mutable. Both will create some mutable objects, but builder is not thread safe. Buffer is thread safe. Got it or not? Are you clear, students? Yes. So please join into our Telegram and WhatsApp group for getting the answers for all these questions. Okay. Along with that, these are my new batches that are going to start from 12th December and 14th December. Okay. Please join for the demo sessions, and ask your friends also to attend for the demo sessions. Okay. Which is very, very important nowadays. Data structures playing a vital role. Got it or not? Why? Because, if you want to get into a product-based company, compulsory for checking the particular person's problem solving abilities, logical abilities, everything, they are going to check with this data structures concepts only. They are going to ask questions on that, isn't it or not? And all of the competitive coding platforms are there, like HackerRank and LeetCode. We people are going to take the questions from there on each and every topic which is there in data structures and algorithms. We are going to solve it. We first explain the concept, isn't it? Say example, take the searching concepts, like we have a linear search and binary search algorithms. Got it? So first we'll explain the theoretical concept, and then we will get into the programs that are asking in competitive coding platforms. We'll take that examples and we'll do it. Okay, understand? Attend for the demo sessions so that you can get a clear idea on this. Understand? So that fees details and all you need to ask our admin. Please contact these numbers. They will provide you entire details about this. Okay, join for the demo sessions first so that you will get entire information there. No, got it? So Java full stack course duration is 5 to 6 months. Data structures and algorithms, it is taking 2 months of time to complete. Okay. So in this data structures and algorithms course, at the completion of this course, you people are going to answer minimum 100 to 150 hacker rank and lead code problems, because all we are going to cover in our course. Understand or not? Day to day, every day, once we take one stack concept, right? All the stack related programs are there in this competitive program, right? Competitive coding platforms, right? We'll take it, we'll explain those programs in the classroom sessions. Got it or not? Okay. So that, so the more you practice in DS, the more knowledge you gain. Okay. Just to taking the notes or listening the videos doesn't make sense. Got it or not? So you should practice more. That we are going to do it in our course. We have designed our course in that way, where for this only data structures and algorithms, so many people are spending lot of money, isn't it or not nowadays? But we people are providing with very less cost. Got it or not? Very feasible for all of the people. It will be very feasible for all of us. Got it? So please attend for the demo sessions so that you can feel the difference. Okay. So yeah, that's what. Raju, you have to ask our team, Raju. Okay, if you are, if you can attend, no problem. So mine in Java full stack, already one batch started recently, just 1 week back. Okay, and demos completed, started, and this one is Java full stack development, another course that that is going to start from tomorrow onwards at 7:30 p.m. You can attend there also. I am going to take in this full stack. I'm not taking entire course. I'll be taking module 1. Got it? Yeah, Raju, you can ask them. You can ask them. They will guide you. If you can join, you can join, no problem. So I think for data structures 7,000. I think for Java full stack they mentioned 25K. Okay, but the more you, if you want to get more information, you can contact our admin so that they will provide. Yes, Jadhav, yes, sure, you will get it. Okay, that is what our trainers are going to give a session on that. Okay, how you have to get the job if you have a gap. Okay, so you can improve this type of skills, man. Even though you have a gap, you can fill that gap but with this knowledge. Got my point on it? If you have knowledge, no one will consider your gap. Understand or not? Isn't it? So if you're very strong in all of these, like in front and back and in DS, especially DS is playing a very, very vital role nowadays. Everyone's eyes are on DS only nowadays, isn't it or not? Because all of the companies are paying lot of packages for this, whoever have this ability. Okay, because your actual problem solving skills, they will I mean, they can come to know by giving this type of questions from DS only. Got it or not? Yes, content is very important. Gap is not at all an issue. Yes, that's I believe actually. Okay, you improve your skills, that the gap will automatically gone away. Okay, you can say directly that I have this many skills. So if you consider gap, I'll go for some other company. If you don't consider, I have skills, I can, if you give a chance, I'll prove it. Like that you can say. Got it? Okay, be confident. Everyone will get a job, little late, 1 day, 2 days, front or back, that's it. But sure, you will get it. Okay, fine. So please attend for our demos. You can speak with us directly. Okay, so here we have not given an unmute option for all of you people because it is a live. Got it? That's why attend for the demos. We can speak there. We can speak with you, we can clarify all your doubts, you can speak with us, what you're expecting, okay, from us, what this course is offering for you people, everything you will come to know there. Got it? So please join our Telegram and WhatsApp groups that we are sharing here. Okay, so that there also you'll get all the updates related to the free workshops. We will be conducting lot of free workshops for you people on DS, on advanced Java, on Python interview questions. So many things we are planning it to conduct. Okay, so all those notifications you will get it once you join into this Telegram and WhatsApp groups. Otherwise, okay, otherwise you may miss it. Got it? Understand? Okay, fine, ma. Yeah. Yeah. So the next one is what is Enum? Someone asked yesterday, Madam, I don't have a clear idea on this Enum. Can you please explain? Of course, yes, sir. So what is an Enum? First thing. Okay. What is an Enum? So here, Enum means what actually? Enum means what actually? So if you want to group similar type of constants together and put it in one place, that we will call it as Enum simply. Okay, I'm not going to provide full-fledged information to you here. This is just an interview questions. Got it? I'm discussing the answers for all of the interview questions that you may face it in your interviews. If you want to get full information, you only know, right? For only exception handling will be taking some 5 to 6 days of time minimum. Yes or no? For collections framework, it will take 1 week to 10 days. I can't cover all those things here. I'll just provide the answers for all of the questions here, which will help you to crack the interviews if you are attending for anything. Got it? So I'll be providing only the definitions and some. Actually, I'm providing more. That is what the reason. Still, we are in 16th question only. 1 hour finished already. Got it? Fine. Listen, so someone asked like, what is an enum? Very simple. If you group a similar type of constants together and put it in one place, that we will call it as a enum. Okay, similar type of constants. Actually, this enum is a class, ma. Got it or not? So if especially in Java, why we are going to use this enum is to group similar type of constants. Constant means what? Static and final. Static means only one copy gets created, and final means what? The value is fixed where you can't change it. Before enums, you should create a separate class, and in that class, you should declare all of the constants. But after developing this enums concept in 1.5 version, right? In enum, we can simply mention enum. Say example, I'll be writing like this, ma. I'll show it to you. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I can write like this, enum. I'll write directions. Okay, and here in these directions, what I'm going to do, I'll write all the constants. Like what are those? East, west, north, south. Like this I'll be writing. Got it or not? Okay, so these are all the constants belongs to, you know that constants will be written in all uppercase letters, right? So you'll be writing like this, ma. Okay, so these enums will be declared by using the enum keyword. Directions is the name that you are going to provide it here. These are all known as constants, ma. Enum constants. Okay, and these are all you should write it in. You should inside the curly braces, and you should put. You should write it in uppercase letters, ma. That is very important here. Duplicate enum constants not allowed here actually. Okay, you should not write duplicate. Like east, I have written no. Again, if I write east, that is an error actually. Got it or not? Okay, so here I'm not mentioning public static final before all these constants, but still every constant of enum is by default public static final, ma. By default, those are public static final, and it will be accessed by using the enum name. Got it or not? It will be accessed by using the enum name, like directions.east, directions.west, directions.north. Like that, I'm going to refer. So we can write even inside the enum, right? We can write the variables, you can write the methods, you can write the constructors, everything. But all those, whatever the variables inside this enum, along with these constants, right? You can write a variable like this. Got my point or not? You can write a method like this, void m1. Understand or not? You can write a method like this. You can write a constructor, but that is applicable for all of the constants that are available there. Got it or not? Okay. If enums has only constants now, then the semicolon is not at all mandatory. But if you are writing any variable declarations or if you are writing any methods, compulsory you should put what? Semicolon here now. Every enum, whatever you are writing here, no, every enum in Java extends java.lang.enum class. In the lang package, we have a enum class available. Got it or not? We have a enum class available. So in that cases, we are going to use this enum. Understand or not? Is it clear? Got it? So enum can be declared inside a class, and it will be overridden also. Some generalized methods will also be available inside the enum. Like we can write a generalized method which is applicable for all of the constants that are available. Got it or not? I'll be writing one generalized method, and for each and every constant, no, you can write the generalized method separately also. Okay, it can have abstract methods also inside the body. That is also possible. Okay, fine. I hope I have provided more information for you about the enum. So what is variable number of arguments? Say example, sometimes for a method, say example, I want to perform an addition operation. Got it or not? I want to perform an addition operation. Yes. So if I want to perform addition operation on two numbers, I'll write a add method with two numbers. Yes or no? For two numbers, I want to perform addition. No. So I'll write a add method with two numbers. But if I want to perform addition for three numbers, what I should do? Again, I should write an add method with three variables, three arguments. If I want to perform addition operation for 5 numbers or n numbers, then how can I give? Those many methods I can't provide. No. That's why in that case only we are going to use this varargs method, variable arguments method, variable arguments. So varargs is nothing but it is a dynamic array. Okay. So 1 minute, student, 1 minute, give me 1 minute. Yes, ma. Sorry. So if you want to provide n number of, if you want to perform the addition of n number of variables, right? So then what we are going to do here is what we are going to use this variable arguments. Okay. It is just like a array only, ma, but it will take n number of variables, n number of values, it will take it, ma. That is what the advantage of using this varargs. Next one is what? Assert statement. Okay. So what is mean by an assert? Can you have an idea about assert? Yes, ma. Can you have an idea about assert? What is an assert? It is there in the exception handling, na? Yes or no? Yes. Anybody have idea on assert? Assertion is a statement, isn't it or not? Yes. If you want to check the expected and actual results, then you are going to use these assertions. Got it or not? Especially when you are writing the JUnit testing, you will be using these assert statements. Got it or not? Yes or no? So it will rise as, say example, if you are getting the correct output, then it is not a problem. Otherwise, what this assert statement will do, it will rise as a error that is known as assertion error. At runtime, it will rises, ma. Understand or not? If you want to check the actual results with the expected results, then we are going to use this assert statements. Got it or not? Understand? Next one is what? Exception handling mechanism. What is exception handling mechanism? What is exception actually? So as a human being, see now whatever I am going to explain for another 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes, that entire concepts are going to cover all these questions, ma. From 20th question, I think it is 20th only, na? From 20th question to till 1 minute, till 47. Understand? Till 47. Please concentrate. Please concentrate. Okay. Now, what is an exception? Tell me what is an exception. Exception is a runtime error. As a human being, we may do mistakes, right? Yes or no? We may do mistakes. As a programmer also, when you are developing the code, we will do some mistakes. That mistakes we will call it as bugs or issues or errors. Yes or no? The process of removing bugs is known as debugging process. So there are 3 types of errors available. One is compile time errors, another one is runtime errors, and next one is logical errors. Yes or no? Compile time errors are nothing but syntactical errors which are detected by the compiler at compile time. But runtime errors are nothing but what? These are detected by the JVM at runtime. Logical errors means what? Mistakes in the logic of the program, or flaws or mistakes in the logic of the program. That is nothing but a logical errors. So now what is exception actually? Exception is a runtime error. We cannot call compile time errors as exceptions, because all exceptions occurs only at runtime only. Isn't it or not? Yes. So but actually all exceptions occurs at only runtime, but some are detected by compiler at compile time. Some are detected by JVM at runtime. Okay, the exceptions which are detected by the compiler at compile time are known as checked exceptions. The exceptions which are detected by the JVM at runtime are known as unchecked exceptions. Got it or not? Understand? So checked exceptions are detected by compiler. Okay, but unchecked exceptions are detected by what? JVM. All exceptions, whatever it is, everything in Java is a class. No, you know that, right? Already exceptions, errors, okay, everything will be treated as what? Classes in Java. All exceptions, errors are declared as classes in Java. For all these exceptions and errors, the super class is throwable class. Got it or not? 1 minute. Yeah. So we have a compile time errors. Okay. We have runtime errors. We have logical errors. Okay. We have logical errors. Got it or not? Exception is what? Exception is a runtime error. Exception is a runtime error, because all exceptions occurs only at runtime. We can call exception as a runtime error. Or what is exception, madam? It is an abnormal event that will be done, that will automatically happen at the time of executing the program, which leads to data loss, or the program gets terminated abruptly. Got it or not? It is a sudden event, abnormal event, which will be happen when we are executing the program. Whenever that happens, what exactly happens? The program gets terminated in the middle. Isn't it or not? Yes. So that is what happened. Because of that reason, whenever the program gets terminated in the middle, what exactly happens here? Some data loss may happen, right? Some data loss may happen. Okay. To avoid the damage that should be happen for our data, we are going to use the exception handling mechanism. Got it? By using exception handling mechanism, we are not avoiding the exceptions. We are avoiding the damage that should be happen for our data. Okay. We are not avoiding the exceptions. That should be, we are just avoiding the damage that should be happen for our data. Okay. So exception is a runtime error. All exceptions and errors are treated as what? Classes in Java. For all exceptions and errors. For all exceptions and errors, super class is what? Super class is throwable class. Throwable class is a super class for all exceptions and errors in Java. Got it or not? Okay. This throwable class is present in the java.lang package. Got it? So here throwable class is a super class. Under this throwable class, we have exception class and error class as subclasses. All errors comes under this error class. All exceptions, you know, we have two types of exceptions. Got it or not? So one is checked exceptions. All checked exceptions comes under directly, those are all subclasses of this exception class, and all unchecked exceptions are there. For all those unchecked exceptions, got it or not? Runtime exception class is there. Runtime exception class. Under this runtime exception class, we have unchecked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions. That means what? When you see here, throwable class is a super class for this exception class and error class. For all checked exceptions, the direct super class is exception class. For unchecked runtime exception class is a subclass for this exception class, and for all unchecked exceptions, the super class is runtime exception class. For this runtime exception class, the super class is exception class. Understand or not? Okay. This is nothing but an exception. Okay. Exception hierarchy. This is okay. Understand or not? What are checked exceptions? The exceptions which are detected by the compiler at compile time are known as checked exceptions. The exceptions which are detected by the JVM at runtime are known as unchecked exceptions. Got it or not? And we have errors also. All errors can't be recoverable by the programmer. Got it or not? When any error happens, we can't do anything as a programmer. But when any runtime exception happens, we can do something. We can modify that. Understand or not? Okay. Next, how to handle the exceptions in Java by using try, catch, and finally blocks. Isn't it or not? What you are going to do by using the try block, actually, whatever the code that might cause exceptions, that code you put it inside the try block. Yes or no? Catch block. In the catch block, you are displaying the exception details, whether it can be a user-defined, user-generated exception details or system-generated exception details that you are going to display it in the catch block. Catch block will have exception class object as an argument, compulsory. Got it? Coming to the finally block. In the finally block, you are performing all of the closing operations. All the cleanup or closing operations will be performed in the finally block. Are you clear? Yes. So an exception can be handled by using what? Try, catch, and finally blocks. We can handle multiple exceptions using multiple catch blocks also. But even though there is a possibility of getting multiple exceptions in our program, at a time only one exception will be raised. And once it is handled, then only the next exception will be raised. Got it or not? It's possible to handle multiple exceptions using single catch block also. From 1.7 version onwards, you can use it. Pipe operator. Yes or no? So if you want to handle multiple exceptions in a single catch block, what you are going to do is you will write like this. Catch arithmetic exception. ARITHMETS arithmetic exception. You can write pipe symbol. And you can write array index out of bounds exception. Like this you can write. Array index out of bounds exception. Like this you can write. Okay, multiple exceptions can also be handled by using what? Pipe symbol. Okay, and moreover, this try, catch, finally is one set. You cannot write in between. In between this try, catch, and finally blocks, you should not write any statements. Understand or not? A single try block can be followed by multiple catch blocks. Okay, we can write a try without a catch, but we cannot write a catch without a try. Got it or not? So the possible combinations are what? You can write try, catch, try, finally. But try, catch, finally also you can write, but you cannot write catch, finally, single catch, single, finally. That you can't write it, ma. But from 1.9 version onwards, we have try with resources also available. So whenever you use the try with resources, you can avoid this finally blocker. Okay, so then automatically the cleanup operations will be done by using, if you use this try with resources concept, automatically, see, whichever the class is implementing the auto closable interface. Okay, say example, take buffer reader. Buffer reader implements auto closable interface, right? Whenever you use try with resources, no need to use this finally block to perform the closing operations or cleanup operations. Automatically it will be closed. Once our try block code gets completed, the particular object gets closed automatically. Got it or not? But only thing you should remember here when you are using with try with resources is that class should implement the auto closable interface. Understand? Got it? Next, let me just go for this. Exception handling. How can you handle exceptions in Java? By using try, catch, and finally blocks. Why is exception handling important? Whenever an abnormal event happens at the time of executing the program, yes or no, there may be a chance of data loss. An exception is nothing but it is an abnormal event that occurs during the execution of a program, which leads to abnormal termination, which causes data loss. That is what the reason. To avoid the data loss, we are going to use this exception handling mechanism. Whenever we use this exception handling mechanism, even though there is an exception, the program gets terminated only after performing all the closing operations. That is what the advantage of using this exception handling mechanism. And also here, see, you can provide the user generated error messages, user friendly error messages also. Say example, when we are doing some transaction, yes or no, so if sufficient amount is not there in our account, it will provide what? Insufficient balance. Yes or no? Instead of that, if it provides a java.lang.array index out of bounds exception, like that, if it provides, normal man, so normal people can understand that? No, right? As a user, we can't understood. The end user don't know about this Java programming language. The message, even for getting error also, the error message should be very proper. Got my point or not? If you want to generate user-defined, user-generated error messages, then also we are going to use this exception handling mechanism. Okay, got my point or not? Understand? That's why exception handling is important. What is a superclass for all exceptions and errors in Java? For all errors and exceptions, the superclass is throwable class. What is a superclass for all exceptions in Java? For all exceptions in Java, the superclass is exception class. No, exception class. For 23rd question, exception class. For 22nd question, it is throwable class. Okay. Next, what are the keywords used to handle an exception in Java? How to handle an exception in Java? Using try, catch, and finally blocks. These are the three we are going to use it. If you are using try with resources, then no need to use the finally block. Name different type of exceptions in Java. So many exceptions are there. We have checked exceptions, we have unchecked exceptions. Checked exceptions are detected by compiler at compilation time, like IO exception, file not found exception. Got it or not? Understand? Like this, so many exceptions are available, like array index out of bounds exception, arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, okay, string index out of bounds exception, okay, number format exception. Like this, so many exceptions will be there, ma. Got it? Can we write statements between try block and catch block? No, just now I said try, catch, and finally is one combination. You should not write any statements in between try, catch, and finally blocks. It is an error. Understand? Next one is what design pattern is used to implement exception handling features in most of the languages? We are going to use chain of responsibility. Got my point or not? Are you clear, students? So do you remember, I mean, sorry, do you heard this question, like what is the design pattern that we are going to use it when you are implementing exception handling features in most of the languages? Yes, chain of, simple ma. See, whenever I explain this throw and throws, you will come to know. Got it or not? This design pattern. Actually, you can remember that. Okay. So this is not the place where I can explain that entire design pattern for you people now. Okay, with example, you should join our classes. Okay, for understanding all these topics in a very clear manner with a lot of examples, live examples. We are going to provide it in our courses. Got it or not? So it is a chain of responsibility pattern. Got it? The way of passing a request between chain of objects. If you are passing a request between chain of objects, like, you know, I will explain a throws keyword. Okay. So whenever you understand the throws keyword, you will understand this design pattern actually. Okay. The design pattern is chain of responsibility pattern. Got it? Next, what is the need for finally block? It is used for performing all of the cleanup operations or closing operations. Understand? Please repeat name. Which name? Okay, design pattern name. Okay, chain of responsibility. The way of handling the objects. Got it or not? Passing a request to multiple objects. Chain of objects. Got it or not? See, that is, see, simple. We can call this as a propagation. Got it or not? Handovering, and exception propagation, we can call it as. Generally, I'll tell you next. Actually, that concept is there here. Throw and throws differences. Whenever I explain the throw and throws differences, you will understand the topic. Got it or not? Okay. Got it. So what is the need for finally block? Finally block is used for what purpose? To perform the cleanup operations or closing operations. Okay. In what scenarios is code in finally block not executed? In what scenarios the code does not get executed, ma? If exception is thrown in the finally block. If exception is thrown in the finally block, then the finally block does not get executed, ma. Got it or not? Understand? So if you write any system.exit function also, the finally block does not get executed. Otherwise, What is the speciality of finally block? Whether exception is there or not. Whether exception is there or not, the finally block always gets executed. Got it or not? Okay. Is try without a catch allowed? Yes, of course. We can use try without a catch also. You try, finally, you can use it. No problem. What is exception handler? Generally, the JVM, whenever an exception happens in our program, the JVM will rises. It will catches that particular exception which has been raised. Okay, got it or not? That is nothing but exception handler. Understand or not? Okay. Next, the code that catches the exception thrown by a JVM. Yeah, actually, this is the answer actually. Okay, what is exception handler in Java means? The code that catches the exception thrown by the JVM. Okay, that is nothing but exception handler. Can we just use try instead of finally and catch blocks? No. Compulsory try should be followed by either finally or catch blocks for sure. Okay. Can you explain the hierarchy of exception handling classes? Just now I explained, no, in this diagram. Throwable class is a super class for all classes. For exception, all exceptions and errors in Java. For all exceptions, super class is exception class. For all errors, super class is error class, virtual error, virtual machine error, out of memory error, stack overflow error. Like that, so many errors are there. Okay. For all checked exceptions, the direct super class is exception class. For all unchecked exceptions, the direct super class is runtime exception class. For this runtime exception class, the super class is exception class. Understand or not? Okay, fine. Next, can you use, actually this question is not there, but I am going to add, can you use multiple exceptions in a single cache block? Yes, of course. From 1.7 version, that is allowed. We can use multiple exceptions in a single cache block by separating with pipe symbol, pipe operator. Even though there may be a chance of getting multiple exceptions, at a time only one exception will be raised. Once it is handled, then only the next exception will be raised. Got it or not? Next. Am I going fast? Okay. Thanks. Fine. Yes, somewhat little fast we should go. You know that, right? Still we are in exception handling only. Still we have multi-threading concept. Collections framework is there. Got it? So please try to understand. I'll go little slower. Okay. As you an interviewer, our hands will shake like this. Thanks, Raju. Okay. But you should understand, right? You should understand, like, you should not give a chance to interviewer to reject you. You should prepare like that. Yes. So see, generally how you will face interviews. If he will ask one question, okay, you'll answer for that. In that answer only, he'll pick the question. Got my point or not? Understand or not? So from that answer only, he'll pick the question, right? So when you're answering itself, be very careful. Be very alert. What you are answering, and in that, what type of questions I may get it. For that, whether I know that questions or not. In that way, you should answer. Got it? Understand? If interviewer asks one question, like tell anything what you know about exception handling, you should be in a position to explain entire exception handling to him. Then he will directly say like, okay, you are recruited, join into our company. Fine. No problem. Okay. So please do refer if you feel like this sessions are helpful for you people, okay, to crack the interviews, to brush up your core Java skills. Say so many students are already completed their core Java, and to just brush up your skills, you are attending for this, no? Okay, this will help a lot. So I confidently tell you, like, see, compulsory you will get questions from these only in your interviews. Got it or not? Okay, mostly almost all of the questions we have covered here in our free workshop. Okay, in these 2 days, all these questions answers will also be provided to you. Got it? Understand? Okay, so Okay, Manish, I'll go little slower, Manish. Okay. So, so please understand, like we need to cover more and more topics, right? So please do refer if anyone is looking for core Java. Okay, refer our classes will be, see, you can understand like how much I'm explaining entire thing to you. This is just a workshop where we are just providing the answers for all these questions. But when you come to our classes, think within 2 months, we will make you just like us. Got it or not? You should be like us and you will create some workshops on core Java for sure. Understand or not? Okay. Got it? Refer your friends and attend for the demo sessions, and yeah, join to our first Telegram and WhatsApp groups so that you will get all the notifications within another 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks or next, we are planning to conduct some other sessions also, free workshops on Python interview questions, C interview questions, advanced Java, like that. So many we are planning. Okay, so you will come to know when you join into our groups, ma. Got it? Okay, fine. Thank you so much. And let's get into the topic again. Okay, fine. Where we are? $35. Yeah. Can you explain the hierarchy of exception handling classes? Yes, that is completed. Yes. Programs interviews, right? Interview programs, right? Yes, sure, we will plan, Anil. Sure. BLSQL? Sure, Rakesh. We'll make a note of all the things that what you're asking. Yesterday session also, so many students asked so many things. Okay, all those things will make it note and we'll just plan accordingly. Okay, because for this we need to have a prior preparation and all, right? We have to prepare all the questions and all. Okay, for that we'll do it and we'll let you know, people. Okay, fine. Next. So here 34th question completed. Coming to the 35th question. What is the difference between system.out.println and 1/0 and 2.0 by 2.0 by 0? Integer by integer gives integer only. This is the point, you know. Integer by 0 rises arithmetic exception in Java. Please make a note. 1/0 rises arithmetic exception in Java. Got it? 2.0 by 0 is there, no? 2.0 by 0 is there, no? This is a floating number or double number, whatever it is. Whether it is a float or double, leave it. So float or double by 0 rises infinity. Gives infinity as the answer. Got it or not? This is one of the question. 1/0 means integer division by 0 rises arithmetic exception. The first one. The second one gives infinity as the answer. Got it? What is the difference between error and exception? When error happens, as a programmer, we can't do anything. It's not in our hands. Got it or not? When exception happens, there is a chance of we can handle it. We can handle. Understand or not? Got it clear? Okay. So, and here, what is the difference between checked and unchecked exceptions? That you know, right? 2.0 by 0 doesn't raise any exception, ma. It will give the answer as infinity. INFINITY. That is the output. Write a program. Okay. Inside the public static void main, write these two statements. Okay. First you execute. This first statement raises an arithmetic exception at runtime. Compilation successfully done. But at runtime, you will get java.lang.arithmetic exception division by 0. You will get it. Then come back. Comment this statement. SOPLN 1/0. You comment it. Then you execute the program again. For this, you will get the answer as infinity, positive infinity. That is a constant which is available in the float and the double wrapper classes. Float and double wrapper classes. Okay. So if you write minus 2.0 by 0, minus if you put it here, minus infinity, you will get it. Minus infinity, negative infinity, positive infinity, or the two constants, predefined constants, which are available in the float and double wrapper classes. Got it or not? Okay. Next, what is the difference between error and exception? That is completed, right? What is the difference between checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions? Checked exceptions occurs at compilation time. Unchecked exceptions occurs at runtime. Unchecked exceptions means these are mistakes done by us. Because of our mistakes, unchecked exceptions happens. I'll tell you some examples. Let's go here. I'll write like this. Int a is equals to 45 by 0. Okay. If I write this statement, I will get arithmetic exception, AE, arithmetic exception. If I write like this, string S1 is equals to null. Okay. If I write SOPLN, system.out.println, S1 dot length method I will use. Okay. This statement will rise us null pointer exception, NPE, null pointer exception. Okay. Next one is what? I will write an integer array like this. Int a is equals to 10, 20, 30. Int a is equals to new int of 3 I will write. Okay. Now 3 means what? A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. 3 indexes. Okay. If I write A of 4 is equals to 40, I will write. Okay. So this will rise us. Array index out of bounds exception, AIOBE. Actually, this upper boundary checking process is not there in C language. Okay. The same thing, if you give the array size as 5, and if you give A of 6 index is equals to 50 in C language, that will accept. It doesn't raise any error message at all because the upper boundary checking process is not there in C language. Got it? But whereas coming to this, what you can say Java, here we have a upper boundary checking process. So that means whenever the index exceeds, automatically it will rise as array index out of bounds exception. Got it? If you write int a is equals to, here if you write like this, int -5, which will rise as negative array size exception. Negative array size exception. NAC. Got it or not? Okay. Next one is what? Okay. I'll be taking like this. Int x is equals to, okay, integer dot parseInt. You know that this method is available. You are going to integer wrapper class. ParseInt is a static method. If you are calling any method using class name, it is a static method. If you are calling any method using object name or new operator, that is an instance method or non-static method. Here I am providing ABC string. I am trying to convert this string type of data to integer type. Is it possible here? You cannot convert. No, you cannot convert this string to integer type. That is what the reason it will rise as number format exception. It will rise as what? Number format exception. Like this, because of our mistakes, you are getting all these exceptions. No, that's why these are all known as unchecked exceptions. Okay. But whereas coming to the checked exceptions, when checked exception happens, compulsory, you should do either of two things. The first one, either you should handle that checked exception using try and catch blocks. When you are using buffer reader and input stream reader classes, when you use read line method, there may be a chance of getting IO exception. Yes or no? So it will immediately rise as unreported exception. IO exception must be caught or it should be thrown. Like that, this is the same error you will get it when you don't use throws IO exception keyword, throws IO exception statement when you are reading something using the buffer reader statement. Yes or no? So must be caught or declared to be thrown. This is what error you will get it if you don't throw the IO exception. Yes or no? When you are working with readline method, compulsory it will throw IO exception that you should handle it. So when checked exception happens, either you should handle it using the try and catch blocks or else you should declare it using the throws keyword. Then, madam, what is throws keyword? Okay, I have an exception in my program. I don't want to handle it. What I will say, I will declare it as throws IO exception. That means I am giving an indication to the people who are going to use my method, saying that in my program, in my method, there may be a chance of getting this exception where I didn't handle it. If you people wants to use my method, handle it. Either handle it or else you also do like me, just to throw it. That is the indication of throws keyword. You are telling to the other people who are going to use your method, okay, that your method is going to throw one exception where you are not handling it, isn't it or not? Where you are not handling it, that's why you are just declaring it using the throws keyword, okay. And you are telling that if they wants to handle, they can handle it using try and catch blocks, or else they will also do same like you, like they will also write throws keyword, but somewhere it should be handled, otherwise JVM will raise as the exception. Got it or not? This is nothing but a throws keyword. But every time if we do mistakes or if we do something wrong, then the JVM is raising all these exceptions. But sometimes coming to the real-time environment, where as a programmer, we have to create a situation. Okay, say example, my account, say take a account. Okay, if account don't have, I want to withdraw some money, but if sufficient balance is not there in my account, it has to throw an exception like insufficient balance exception. Yes or no? Is there any this type of exception available in our Java library? No, right? That is my requirement, client specific requirement. In that cases, explicitly, if you want to throw any of the user defined exception or any of the predefined exception, then you are going to use this throw keyword. So throw keyword is used for throwing an exception explicitly. What exception, madam? It can be either user defined exception or predefined exception. Got it or not? That is the difference between throw and throws. Got it. Next, which exception class can you use in the catch block to handle both checked and unchecked exceptions? Tell me now, which exception class can you use in the catch block to handle both checked and unchecked exceptions? Exception class, because exception class is a super class for all exceptions in Java, whether it is checked or unchecked. So if you write exception which can handle any type of exception raised, got my point or not? Understand? Next one is what? Yeah, difference between throw and throws completed, right? How do you throw an exception from a method? How do you throw an exception from a method? Tell me. Using what? Throws keyword, no? Yes or no? Using what? Using throws keyword we can throw. Or if you want to throw explicitly if you want to throw, by using the throw keyword, you can throw it. By using the throw keyword, you can throw it. I mean, I am not... See, generally JVM will throw the exceptions, but here the question is what? How do you throw an exception from a method? By using throw keyword explicitly, we have to throw it explicitly. 39 is not clear. Simple, ma. So if you have any checked exceptions, okay, checked exceptions means what? Which are detected by the compiler at compile time. Okay, so if any checked exception is there, okay, the program will be stopped in the at compilation time itself. You don't get any .class file. Okay, so in that situation, what you have to do is you should throw. Got my point or not? Okay, I mean, when checked exception happens, either you should handle it using the throws keyword, or either you should handle it using the try and catch blocks, or else you have to throw it using the throws keyword. You have to declare it using the throws keyword. Got it? Either this one or that one. Compulsory, you have to do anything. Okay, either you have to declare it using the throws keyword, or you have to throw it using the try catch blocks. Okay, but what is throw? As a programmer, explicitly, I want to throw any of the exception. Either it can be a predefined exception or user defined exception. Okay, in that case, we are going to use this throw keyword. Explicitly, if you want to throw any of the exception, go for throw keyword. Got it? How do you throw an exception from a method? Using throw keyword only, no? Okay, what happens when you throw a checked exception from a method? Yes, whichever the method is going to use that particular method, no, it has to handle it using try and catch blocks. Otherwise, it also have to throw it, ma. Got my point or not? Okay. Next, what are the options you have to eliminate compilation errors when handling checked exceptions? What are the options we have? What are the options? We have to eliminate what? Compilation errors. Okay, when handling checked exceptions means what? You should throw it. 1 minute. Fine. How do you create a custom exception? So if you want to create your own user defined exception, then what we have to do? You should create a subclass for the exception class. Whenever you create a subclass for the exception class, okay, then automatically in that way you are going to create a custom exception. Custom exception is nothing but what? User defined exception. Inside that you can write a parameterized constructor and you can call it. Got it? How do you handle multiple exceptions in a single catch block? Using what? Pipe operator. Using pipe operator, you are going to handle the multiple exceptions in a single catch block. Pipe operator, or we can call it as pipe symbol. Okay. So try with resources, I have already explained. If you use this try with resources, there is no question of using this finally block, because, and moreover, when you are using this try with resources, that class should implement the auto closable interface. Got it or not? Then automatically, once all the code that will be there in the try block gets completed, that resource will automatically gets closed. Okay. So can you explain few exception handling best practices? Means almost the same thing I have explained you, right? Okay. You should, when you are not handling it, use the throws keyword. Got it or not? Got it or not? Okay. So here best practices in the sense what? You should not use the exception handling for flow control programs, flow control statements in our program. Okay. So first of all, we should think about the user map. That means what? See, you should write a user generated exception messages. Got it or not? We should be very careful. Got it or not? Think about the calling method also, whichever the method is calling now. So based on that calling method only, you have to use the throws keyword so that it will be handled. Okay, we should not hide the exceptions. Like this, so many best practices will also be there. The best thing is what? We should generate a user generated exception details. If you don't want to handle that, use the throws keyword for throwing it. Okay, do not use the exception handling in the flow control statements, ma. Okay, this is what about the entire exception handling mechanism. Okay, so then next one is what? Multi-threading concept. You know, thread program is nothing but what? Simple process is nothing but a program under execution is known as a process, right? So thread is nothing but what? A subpart. Okay, a subtask in a program is nothing but what? A subtask in a process is nothing but a thread. A thread is nothing but a separate path of execution of statements. Got it clear or not? So give me just 1 minute. I'll have some water. Yes, students. Yes, we will share. Fine, ma. So first thing is, what is the need for threads in Java? Okay, we have different type of threads available, right? Yes, user threads and daemon threads. Thread is nothing but what? A separate path of execution of statements. Isn't it or not? Yes, a program under execution is known as a process. Okay, so process is nothing but what? Actually, processes are heavyweight because it requires more own separate memory for each and every process. But threads are not like that. They will share the memory space. Got it or not? One process can consist of multiple threads. Okay, so it is nothing but thread is nothing but a separate or smallest executable unit of a process. That is nothing but a thread. Okay, it will have their own path of execution. One process can have multiple threads also. Okay, all threads of same process share the memory space. So switching from one thread to another thread takes less time. Okay, communication is also very faster. Got it clear or not? And context switching is also very faster, and because of that reason it is very less expensive also. Got it or not? Generally, the statements in every Java program will be executed in two ways. One is single tasking and another one is multitasking. Isn't it? Single tasking means what? Lot of memory gets wasted and almost the processor is in a idle state only. But whereas in the multitasking, right, multiple tasks are performed simultaneously. Got it or not? So that is what the reason in multitasking systems, we can utilize the processors CPU's time in an optimum level. So that is what the reason this multitasking is again categorized into two more types, like process-based multitasking and thread-based multitasking. Got it or not? Coming to the process-based multitasking, this is also known as multiprocessing, where our computer is the best example for that. Coming to the thread-based multitasking, this thread-based multitasking is nothing but multi-threading. Okay, where the multiple threads in a process are executed parallelly, simultaneously. Got it? So in Java has a great support for multi-threaded applications. Got it or not? Java supports this multi-threading concept using one class known as thread class. Got it or not? So Java thread allows us to create a lightweight some parts of a task or some parts of a program. Got it or not? And moreover, we can create multiple threads in our program. Got it or not? And we can create threads in two ways. One is what? By extending java.lang.thread class. Another one is by implementing java.lang.runnable interface. What is the need for threads in Java? If you want to do any task simultaneously or parallelly, then you are going to use this threads concept. Is it clear or not? Yes. So how do you create a threads in Java? We have two ways are there. One is by using java.lang.thread class. Another one is by using java.lang.runnable interface. Okay. So threads, what is the main usage of threads means what? Java threads allows us to execute the Java program, to run the Java program in a parallel way. Got it or not? How do you create a thread? By extending thread class? Very simple. You can go, we have two ways are there, no? One is by extending the thread class, another one is by implementing the runnable interface. How do you create class? You can create a you can give a subclass name. Subclass. Subclass means what? The class which is provided by the user or programmer extends thread. You can give it. Or else, if you want to create a thread by using implements runnable interface, what you are going to do? You'll give class, okay, and you can write a class name here, thread1, implements runnable interface. Then let me show you here, class thread1 extends thread. Class subclass implements runnable. Okay, now the subclass of thread is also a thread only. Understand or not? Here thread1 is also a thread class only. Got it or not? But this class subclass is there, no? This class subclass is there, no? This is not a thread class. This is just an implementation class to the runnable interface. Got it? So now actually here we have so many methods available, like run method and start method. So whatever the code that you write it inside the run method, that code will be executed by the, only the code which is present in this run method will be executed by the thread. Got it? So to call the run method, you are not using the run method name. You are using the start method for calling the run method. Got it or not? So, but here this subclass is not a thread class to call the run method. Actually, if you want to call the run method, you should call the start method. That start method will be called by using the thread object. Okay. If you want to call the start method, you should call it by using the thread object like this. But whenever you create an object for this subclass is just a normal implementation class. It is not a thread class. So this subclass object becomes a normal object, which cannot be used for calling the start method. So that is what the reason we will pass this subclass object as an argument to the thread class. And by using the thread class object, I will call the start method. That is how you will create the threads by using thread class and runnable interface. Okay. How do you run a thread in Java? By using start method. Got it. If you call a run method using run method name, it will be executed like a normal method. Okay, it will not be executed by a thread. So if you want to call the run method, you should call by using the start method. Then that start method will inform to the JVM, allocate the memory for that particular thread, and then in that particular space, it will execute that particular run method code. What are the different states of a thread? New state, when the thread is created. Okay, before when the thread is created, it is in the new state. Whenever you call the whenever you call the start method, it will enters into the running state. Then before the start method gets created, right, it will be in the runnable state. Okay, whenever it will be it is executing, right, it is in the runnable state. Got it or not? And say example, if any new state, runnable state, blocked state, timed waiting state, terminated state, or dead state, we have, these are the different states that are available in the thread class. What is the priority of a thread? Generally, JVM internally uses one thread that is known as a main thread. Main thread will have 5 as a priority. Got it or not? Internally, for executing the statements in every Java program, JVM is using one thread known as a main thread. Got it or not? Are you clear? Next, so the priority of the main thread is what? 5. Okay, we can change the priority by using the set priority and get priority methods. Generally, whenever you create a thread object, automatically the JVM will provide a priority for the threads. Okay, you can get the priority by using get priority method. You can set the priority by using set priority methods. Okay, and executor service. Okay, last we will explain this executor service, okay, or else this is another way of creating the threads. Generally, see how to create the threads means by using the thread class and runnable interface, right? But this executor service is also another way of creating the threads. Understand or not? Got it clear? Okay, so executor service is nothing but what? This is another way of creating the threads in Java. Instead of using the traditional way approaches, like by using by extending the thread class or by implementing the runnable interface, you can go for this what you can say executor service strategy to create the threads. Understand? We have so many methods available in thread class. Like for getting the thread name, we have a get name and set name methods. Okay, for we have 2 types of threads available. One is user thread and one is daemon thread. User threads are foreground threads which will be executed in the foreground. Daemon threads are nothing but which will be executed in the background. Got it or not? Understand? And for checking whether the thread is daemon thread or not, we have isDaemon method available, and we can make a user thread. You can convert a user thread to daemon thread by using the isDaemon setDaemon method. By passing true boolean value true as an argument to the setDaemon method, you can convert a user thread to daemon thread. Okay, so what is nothing but executor service here? So in the java.util package, in the java.util.concurrent package, right, we have this executor service interface available. This is another new way of executing the task asynchronously. That means what? Parallelly, okay, in the background. Got it or not? So this is exactly similar to that of the thread pool. Executor service is exactly similar to that of the thread pool. Got it or not? Understand? So we can't give examples here. Executor service, I'll provide those examples in the document. Got it or not? It will take more time for us to time. So different ways of creating the executor services means what? Actually, we have a single thread executor. Okay, we have a fixed thread. Got it or not? So new single thread executor method is also there for creating a single thread. Fixed thread pool is also there. New scheduled thread pool is also there. Like this, so many ways are there to create the executor services. Okay, so how do you check an execution service task executed successfully means what? We will use the future. Okay, future interface to check the return value. Got my point or not? If it, say example, we have one interface available, future interface. By using that, okay, we can use this future interface to check the return value. Okay, whenever it returns no, based on that value only. Say example, if it returns null, right, automatically we can conclude that the task has finished correctly, ma. Otherwise, the task has not finished properly. That is how you will find out. What is the callable interface? Actually, you can create threads by using thread class and by using runnable interface, right? Yes or no? So, but runnable interface, in the runnable interface, we have run method available. Got it or not? If you use that run method, when you observe the actual syntax of that run method will have a return type as void. That means run method is not going to return anything. Got it or not? So run method, runnable interface run method is not going to return anything because the return type is void, ma. Okay. Got it or not? When it is executing a task, we don't know whether the task is performed or not because the return type is what? Void. So that is what the reason the callable interface is introduced. Got it? This callable interface will have a call method, ma. Okay. If for that call method, we have a return type available. Got it or not? So if we have multiple return values, got it or not? This call method will return some value. Depends on that. We can check. Okay. So whether the task is perfectly done or not. If you want to return any value, that is not possible by using the run method, but that is possible by using the callable interface, because in that callable interface, we have one method available known as call. That call will have the return type, ma. Understand? That return value will be printed on the output. Got it? Next. What is synchronization? Yes. So what is synchronization, ma? Because the threads are running in parallelly, right? There may be a problem, right? If say example, when multiple threads are using a same object, then there may be a chance of what you can say, if both threads are modifying that, okay, so consistency will be missed, isn't it or not? Yes. When thread 1 modifies that particular object, ma, automatically when thread 2 is trying to access, it will gets the access I already modified code. Understand or not? So for that reason, what we are going to use is, we are going to use this synchronization of threads, ma. Got it? So synchronization means what? When one thread is using one particular object, no other thread will use as the same object at the same time. Yes, once the first thread finishes its task, then only the next thread will get the chance of executing that particular code. Understand? That is nothing but thread synchronization. You can achieve this thread synchronization using synchronizer methods and synchronizer blocks. Got it or not? So can you give an example? Okay, examples we will provide it in the documents, ma. Okay. Can a static method be synchronized? Of course, we can have a synchronized method and synchronized block. Whenever you make a thread, whenever you make a method as synchronized, when one thread is using that synchronized method, no other thread will use as that particular method, ma. Okay, or object. Got it? Because this will make say object lock. Got it? So once that particular method gets completed, this first thread will release us the lock so that the second thread will execute the code. Then there is no problem of this inconsistency problems. Got it or not? It will avoid. Got it? And whereas say example, the method consists of some 100 lines of code, but I want to make multiple threads not to execute only some block of code. Instead of making that entire method as synchronized method, we can make a particular, say example, multiple threads can execute the entire code which is present in that method, but except 2 or 3 lines. Then what I will do, I'll put the 2 or 3 lines inside a what you can say, inside a synchronized block. Got it? So then whatever the code that is present in that synchronized block, that will be executed by single thread at a time. Once that thread gets finished, then only the next thread will get the chance. Understand? Are you clear? Okay. Next, can a static method be synchronized? Of course, we have a class level locks and object level locks. So whenever you make a static method as synchronized, we can call it as a class level lock. It requires a class level lock. But if it is an instance method, it requires object level lock. Got it or not? What is the use of join methods in threads? Very simple. So when multiple threads are executing in our program, we can't guess the output because you may get a different output. Understand or not? If you are executing the multi-threading programs, so you people are all already known, isn't it or not? Got it or not? You people have already know about all these threads concept and all. Okay, when you are using multiple threads in your program, okay, say example, I have one run method. In that run method, I am executing numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, I am using 3 threads, thread 1, thread 2, thread 3, T1, T2, T3. Whenever I call T1 dot start, T2 dot start, and T3 dot start, what exactly happens? Okay, multiple threads will execute the run method at the same time. Parallelly, all the 3 threads will execute that run method. Okay, so you may not get the output in a proper way. Got it? Say example, I have one task. Okay, say example, in one method, I am executing the what you can say numbers from 1 to 10. In the second method, I am executing the numbers from 11 to 20. In third method, I am executing the numbers from 21 to 30. Whenever I call 3 threads, we don't know which thread will get executed first, which thread will be executed next, because it will be decided by the thread scheduler. You know that, right? The thread scheduler will decide which thread should be executed first and which thread should be executed next, depends on the priorities. Got it? So there is no guarantee that all these methods gets executed in a proper way. See, there is no guarantee that you will get the numbers from 1 to 30. In that case, if you want to make the threads to execute in a proper way, okay, in an order, if you want to execute, then we are going to use this join method. Okay, that is what the advantage of using this join method. Describe a few other important methods in threads that we already discussed. Okay, set name method, get name method, is daemon method, set daemon method. Okay, to convert a user thread to daemon thread. Is interrupted method, we have yield method. Okay, then we have wait, notify. All these are used for inter-thread communications purpose. Got it? And we have some other methods available, like priorities, get priorities, set priority methods, and get ID method is also there. Naming will also duplicate it, right? But if you want to give an ID, okay, so that is unique for entire thread. Until the thread gets terminated, that ID is fixed, but you can change the name at any state of the thread. Got it or not? At any state of the thread, you can change it. Got it? So that is what the reason they have introduced one method known as get ID method. Okay, so these are all some of the methods which are available in the java.line.thread class. You can go through the documentation. There you can see all of the methods that what I have explained here. Okay, next. What is deadlock situation, ma? Very simple, Nana. What is that? Say example. Okay, so thread 1 is waiting for thread 2 resource. Thread 2 is waiting for thread 1 resource. No one will release the resource. Automatically deadlock situation happens. Isn't it or not? Yes. That is nothing but a thread deadlock situation, right? Okay. Next. So what are the important methods in Java for inter-thread communication? What are those? For inter-thread communication, what are the important methods available? Wait, notify, and notify all methods. What is the use of wait method? What is the use of wait method? So it is available in which class? Object class. Yes or no? It will wait until it gets the notify. Got it or not? Until on whichever the method you call the wait, on whichever the thread you call the wait method, that wait method waits until it gets the notification. Okay, so whenever it gets the notify method, whenever you call the notify method on that particular object, then automatically it will be resumed and it will get executed. But say example, multiple threads are in waiting state, then you can use this notify all method. Okay, whenever you use this notify all the waiting threads will get resumed. Got it? Yeah, programs we will provide it in what you can say in the document, ma. Okay. Yeah, so we are here. First we will go for these collections, ma. Got it? So what is the use of these collections? Okay, why do we need collections in Java? What are the important interfaces in collection hierarchy? All these things we will explain it. Fine, ma. Let's get into this collections topic. Please go slow. Covered, Nagalakshmi. Okay. So have a little break. Have some water. Okay. Just 1 minute. Yes, Roshni. I have gone through your message. You are asking for interview programs, right? Asking for interview programs, notes or session. Students, okay, sure, we'll send it. Okay. So students, please join into our WhatsApp group. Okay. For getting all the notifications. We thought of to complete entire questions today only, but unfortunately the thing is what it is taking more time for us to complete. So collections framework will do it today. Okay. So but the other Java features, new features, and other topics, like we have 1.8 to 1.17 features are there, right? And moreover in 1.5 also latest features added, no? All those things and generic concepts will cover it in the next week, next Saturday. Okay. Next Saturday we'll take a session. I'll let you know at the end of the session the timings. Total notes, everything will be posted in the group. Give me 1 day time, because I need to add answers for all this, right? I have just to make a note of all these questions and I'm explaining here. Got it or not? Okay. Okay. On the next session, you are asking me to include the programs also, right? Okay. Done. We'll try to include it. Okay. So in the next Saturday session, we are going to concentrate on only Java new features and generics concept. Okay. So today we will cover this collections framework. So mostly by tomorrow, end of the day, you will get the notes for all of the 200 questions that whatever we have discussed here. Okay. So when you see here, only up to collections framework itself, 125 questions completed. Still another 100 more questions are there on Java 1.8. 50 to 100 questions are there. Okay. So another 100 means obviously it will take more time, no? Got it? So that's why we thought of to continue this session on next Saturday. Okay. Timings I'll let you know at the end of the session. Please wait. So yes, concentrate on this collections framework now. Let's concentrate on this. Give me 1 minute. I'll just charge my laptop. Okay. So here collections framework. This is our topic now. Okay. So let's get into this topic. So why do we need collections in Java? First thing. Okay. So generally we'll be storing data in an array. Generally, if you want to store objects, collections are especially for handling the objects. If you want to perform any operations on objects, then we are going to use this collections framework. Got it. So coming to the collections, right? So before collections framework, right, we have an array concept. Okay. By using that array, we can store the data. By using that array, what we are going to store the objects. But the problem with the array is what? You are going to store only similar type of objects, where you can't store dissimilar type of objects. Say example, if you take a student array, in the student array you can store only student objects. If you take an integer array, you can store only integer objects. Got it? But whereas if you want to store dissimilar objects, it is not possible for us to store. And moreover, array is of fixed size. Yes or no? So we cannot store fixed size it is. We cannot store how many elements you want. Say example, if I give the array size as 10, I can store maximum of 10 elements. I can't store more than that. Got it? That is the drawback of arrays. That's why we move to legacy classes and interfaces. Okay, legacy classes and interfaces like enumeration interface, okay, vector class, hash table class, properties class, dictionary class, okay, and stack class. So these are the legacy classes and interfaces. So by the time scientist has provided these legacy classes and interfaces like stack, vector, hash table, properties, dictionary, and enumeration interface. So by using those, we started storing all the objects. But the way of storing the objects in stack is different when compared to the way of storing data in dictionary. All are not using a proper unified theme. That is what the reason the scientist has introduced the concept known as collections framework, which is going to handle the objects in a unified theme. That means it has a collections framework is nothing but it is a centralized and unified theme where all of the objects will be used in a proper way. Got it or not? Okay. So why do we need collections? To store the objects, to handle the objects, to perform any operations on that objects. Then we are going to use this collections. What are the important interfaces in the collection hierarchy? If you go for collection hierarchy, right, collections framework, collection interface is a super interface. Above that collection interface, we have a iterable interface. Okay, iterator interface. Okay, sorry, iterable interface. Iterable interface. Okay, iterable interface. This iterable interface is present in the java.lang package. But all the collections framework related classes, interfaces, methods are available in the java.util package. In the java.util package. Got it. What are the important interfaces that are referring what? What is the question here? What are the important interfaces in the collection hierarchy? There are 4 interfaces available in the collection hierarchy. Collection interface is a super interface for all of the interfaces. That is a main interface which is there in the collections framework. Under that we have a list interface. Okay. Under that we have a set interface. Under that we have a queue interface. But one more interface is also there, that is known as a map interface. Map interface is not the sub interface of a collection interface. It is available in the collections framework. It is a part of collection framework, but it is not the sub interface of a collection interface. These 4 are the important interfaces which are available in the collection hierarchy. Got it or not? Okay, list, set, queue, map. Got it. Next, coming to this. So what are the important methods that are declared in the collection interface? We have so many methods like add all method, okay, retain all method, remove all method, clear method. Like this, so many methods are available in the collection interface. Because the collection interface is a super interface for all of these interfaces, for all these 3 interfaces, whatever the methods that are available in the collection interface, all those are available in this. Along with that, this interface will have their own methods also. Got it or not? Okay. And next one is what? Here, yes, first I will explain this entire thing and then I'll go for the questions. So next, so list interface, these 3 are the sub interfaces of collection interface. Got it? And here coming to this list interface, right? List interface will have two implementation, sorry, array list class, it will be having two implementation classes, array list class and linked list class. Linked list class. Okay, and we have one more class available, that is vector class also. Got it? But because it is a legacy class, we don't consider here. Okay, array list class and linked list classes are important here. Okay, so vector class here we have. And coming to the set interface, right? Set interface will have, okay, set interface will have one sub interface known as sorted set interface. Okay, sorted set interface, and that sorted set interface will have one sub interface known as what? Navigable set interface. Okay, navigable set interface. Got it or not? These are the sub interfaces for the set interface, ma. But sorted set, this navigable set interface will have one implementation class called as reset. Reset class is a implementation class for navigable set interface. Okay, tree set class implements navigable set, which extends sorted set, which extends set interface. Got it or not? And coming to this, what you can say, set interface, right? We have two more classes available. What are those? Hash set class and linked hash set class. So for that hash set class, linked hash set class is the subclass. Hash set class and linked hash set class. Here, little difference I'll tell you, ma'am. Like hash set class doesn't maintain any order. Linked hash set class maintains insertion order. I mean, in whichever the order you have inserted the elements, in that way only it will store the elements. Tree set class maintains ascending order, sorted order. Okay, natural sorting order it will maintain. Okay, array list class is very good. It follows, it internally uses the dynamic array concept. Okay, and here when we use this array list classes, especially if you want to access the elements, then it is the best way to access, ma. If you want to insert or remove, then we are going to use this linked list class, ma, which is very easier in the linked list. If you are especially looking for retrieving the data in a proper way, in a faster way, then it is better to go with the array list class, ma. Vector class is a legacy class. Got it or not? And whatever array list, actually vector class is synchronized. All the methods which are present in the vector class are synchronized classes. For this vector class, we have one more class available, subclass, that is known as a stack class. Understand? Next, coming to the queue interface. Set consists of unique elements, but list may consist of a duplicate elements. Got it or not? Coming to this queue interface, you know that queue follows a FIFO strategy, first in first out strategy, isn't it or not? Queue interface follows the FIFO strategy, first in first out strategy. So this queue will have two more implementation classes. Those are known as linked list class. Okay, queue interface will have two more implementation classes. Those are known as linked list class and priority queue class. Priority queue class. Okay, for this queue interface, we have one more sub interface known as DQ interface, ma. Okay, we have sub interface known as DQ interface. That is a sub interface of queue interface. DQ interface will have an implementation class known as array DQ class, ma. Okay, it will be having array DQ class as a implementation class. Got it? And map. Map is a part of collections framework, but it is not a sub interface of collection interface. So map interface will have one sub interface known as sorted map. Sorted map is a sub interface of map interface, and for that sorted map, navigable map, interface is the another sub interface for that one. Got it? So now map interface will have some implementation classes available, ma. So what are those? Hash map class. Okay, linked hash map class, and hash table class. This is a legacy class. You know that, right? This is a legacy class. Okay, hash table class. And next one is what? we have tree map class. So tree map class is the implementation class of navigable map interface. Navigable map interface extends sorted map extends map interface. Got it? Same almost as set map. Map will have key value pairs, set will have a unique elements. Got it or not? And here hash map also doesn't maintain any order map. And linked hash map maintains the insertion order. However, you have inserted the key value pairs in the same way you are getting the elements ma. And tree map maintains a in sorted order ma. Okay, however you have inserted, no, in that way you are going to get the, I mean, tree map maintains what? Sorted order, natural sorting order it will maintains. Is it clear, students? Do you have any doubts here? This is the collection framework main important interfaces and implementation classes. So the main important interfaces are list, set, queue, map. Okay, map is a part of collections framework, but it is not the sub interface of collection interface. Got it or not? List will have what? List interface will have array list class and linked list class, vector class. Vector class subclass is stack class. Whenever we are retrieving the elements, go for array list. Whenever you are inserting or deleting, go for linked list. Set interface will have sorted set interface, navigable set interface. These are the sub interfaces of set interface. Tree set class implements navigable set interface, which extends sorted set interface. Hash set class, linked hash set class are the implementation classes of set interface. Hash set maintains no order, linked hash set maintains insertion order, tree set maintains natural sorting order. The same thing applicable for map interface also, but it will maintain the key value pairs concept. Understand? Dynamic array concept, Ravi. Okay, now you will get one doubt. Madam, this is nothing but a collections data structures. Collections framework is nothing but Java data structures, right? Yes or no? Collections framework is nothing but Java data structures, right? Then what is the difference between data structures and algorithms and collections framework? I will tell you. See, in this collections framework, these are all the classes, interfaces, methods. These are all the predefined classes, interfaces, everything that what scientist has provided. These are all available in the Java API library. And by using this, we are going to use all these interfaces, classes in our program to develop our code. Got it or not? But if you people want to see, stack class consists of what? What are the stack operations? Push, pop, pick, is empty, is full, display. These are all the stack operations. All these methods are already available in the stack class. Okay, so push method, you know, push method is used for inserting into a stack. Pop method is used for removing from the stack. All these you know. But as a programmer, as a developer, if we want to develop the code, how that is happening? You are directly using the methods what scientist has provided. Got it? But what exactly is happening inside? See, in the arrays class, we have one method known as binary search method. That binary search method internally uses the binary search algorithm. So arrays class consists of sort method that is internally using the quick sort algorithm for sorting the elements in an array. Yes, how that quick sort algorithm works internally? Okay, what is the algorithm for pushing the element into the stack? What is the algorithm for removing an element from the stack? All those things you are going to learn in the data structures and algorithms. Actual implementation inside what is happened, right? That you are going to learn it in the data structures and algorithms concept using Java. Okay, because using Java in the sense you can implement the data structures and algorithms concept using any of the programming language. Okay, here we are doing Java. Okay, you can implement it using C, C++, JavaScript, any language you can use it. That is your wish. Okay, fine. So now this is clear, right? Now, fine. Coming to this, so why do we need collections in Java? Why do we need collections? Arrays are not dynamic in nature. Once an array is created, the size is fixed. You cannot modify. If you want to add a new element into that, you can't add it. Okay. Understand or not? Okay, so then what we have to do, every time you have to create a bigger size array and then you have to copy the older array elements into the new array. That is a very difficult task and time taking process. How many times you do that same? It is not possible, right? That's why legacy classes and interfaces was introduced by scientists, because all those legacy classes are not following the unified theme. And see, I mean, the same centralized theme they are not following. That is what the reason the collections concept is introduced here. Okay, so these are dynamic in nature. Whenever you add an element, the memory gets allocated. Whenever you remove an element, the memory gets deallocated. Understand or not? All the predefined methods are already available in the collections framework. It is very easy for us to do the operations that whatever you want. What are the important interfaces in collection hierarchy? You know that, right? What are those? List, queue, set, map. What are the important methods that I have just mentioned? Can you explain briefly about the list interface? You know that, right? List interface extends what? List interface extends what? Collection interface, which is a sub interface of collection interface, right? Yes or no? Whatever the collection interface contains, all those methods are available in the list interface. Along with that, list will have their own methods also. Got it? It can have duplicate elements. That is also I explained already to you. Yes or no? It maintains what? Insertion order. However you have inserted, in the same way you are getting the elements. Got it or not? Yes. And explain about ArrayList class. You know that, right? ArrayList is an implementation class of list interface. It is an implementation class of list interface. Yes, we can access through the indexes. We can randomly access the elements. ArrayList internally uses the dynamic array concept. So by using the index concept, you can randomly pick the elements from this ArrayList class. Got it? And what actually here it is faster. Got it or not? Because by using the index, you can get the element in a very faster manner. But when compared to linked list, ArrayList is very much slower in the insertion and deletion operations. Because if you want to insert any element at a specified position, you have to do a lot of shufflings. Shifting should be happened, isn't it or not? If you want to insert a particular element in particular position, you have to move forward or backward the elements in an array. Yes, insertion and deletion operations are very slower when compared to the linked list. Understand or not? Okay. So if you want to randomly pick the elements, go for ArrayList. If you want to perform the insertion or deletion operations, go for what you can say, this linked list. Okay. So can an ArrayList have duplicate elements? Of course you can. Got it? How do you iterate around an ArrayList using iterator? You know that, right? Iterator interface will have what? Will have what? Next method. Next method and hash next methods available in the iterator interface. By using that hash next method, you can check whether ArrayList object consists of elements or not. Okay. And if hash next method will always returns true if there are elements in that. Next method is going to print the element on the output stream. We have list iterator also. If you want to move forward and backward directions, then you are going to, if you want to iterate in both forward and backward directions, then you are going to use the list iterator. Got it or not? Understand? And next what? Vector class is also there, right? Vector class, all the methods are synchronized methods. You know that already, isn't it or not? Okay, which is also there also in the vector class also you can randomly pick the elements. Understand? Linked list, what is the problem? It will internally uses the ArrayList internally uses the dynamic array concept, but whereas linked list uses the doubly linked list concept. Okay, got it or not? Iteration is very slower than the ArrayList, but insertion and deletion operations are very, very faster here in the linked list. Got it? How do you sort an ArrayList, ma? Yes, by using comparable interface also you can do it. By using comparator interface also you can do it. We have the sort method available. Yes or no? Vector class we have discussed. Linked list class also we have discussed. Linked list class, what interfaces does it implement? Linked list class implements which interface? List interface. Yes or no? How is it different from an ArrayList also we have covered. Set interface also we have explained. It does not allow duplicate elements. All consists of, it allows only single null value. Yes or no? It allows single null value. It does not allow multiple null values. Got it? It will have two implementation classes, hash set class and linked hash set class. Hash set class is unordered, unsorted. But whereas when you come to the linked hash set, it is ordered and all the elements will be inserted in a proper way, however we have done. I mean, in whichever the order you have inserted, in the same order, you will get it. Yes or no? Tree set maintains what? Insertion or, I mean, sorted order. Tree set maintains sorted order. Next, can you briefly explain the set interface? We have done important interfaces related to set interface. What are the important interfaces related to set interface? What are those? Sorted set, navigable set. Yes or no? Difference between set and sorted set interfaces. What is the difference? What is the difference here? Just now I said, no, set actually here has set implements a set interface, right? Has set does not allow duplicate elements, and there is no order also for the elements. Has set class. Linked has set is also an implementation class of set interface, which does not allow duplicates, but it will maintain the order, insertion order. But whereas sorted set interface will have an implementation class of tree set. Tree set implements which interface? Navigable set interface. That navigable set interface extends the sorted set interface. Here, no duplicates are there, but the order is sorted. Sorted order it maintains. That is the difference between these two. Okay. Can you give examples of classes that implement set interface? Just now I said no. Has set class, linked has set class. What is has set class? You know that. No duplicates, no order. What is linked has set class? No duplicates, but order will be maintained. Tree set class, no duplicates, but sorted order. Sorting in a natural sorting order it will maintain. Understand? Got it? What is the navigable method? Navigable set is there? No. Navigable set implementation classes are what? Tree set. Can you give examples of implementations of navigable set? Navigable set interface implementation class is tree set. What is a queue? Queue follows what strategy? FIFO strategy. First in, first out strategy. Understand or not? What are the important interfaces related to the queue interface? DQ is a sub interface of queue interface. DQ is a sub interface of queue interface. Okay. DQ means what? Double-ended queue. So both the insertions and deletions will be done in the both sides. DQ interface will have an implementation class known as array DQ class. Got it or not? Yes. What is blocking queue interface? It will wait until particular, say example, queue is empty until you insert an element, blocking queue will wait. Blocking queue is waiting. Got it or not? So if you observe here, map and set will have same names. Hash set, hash map. Linked hash set, linked hash map. Tree set, tree map. Like that. Got it? In queue, how the elements will be arranged? In a first in, first out strategy. Order of elements. Okay? DQ means what? Both ends. Insertion and deletions will be done at the both ends. Yes or no? And the implementation class for that is what? Array DQ class. Array DQ class is the implementation class for that DQ interface. Okay. So coming to this, what you can say, this blocking queue, right? For this blocking queue, queue with wait feature is nothing but blocking queue. A queue with wait feature is nothing but blocking queue. That means what? You should wait until an element is available in that. What is priority queue? In the priority queue class, all the elements will be inserted based on the priorities. Whichever the element will have the highest priority, that will be inserted first. And whichever the element will have the lowest priority, that will be inserted last. That is what the reason in the priority queue class, along with the values, you should maintain the priorities also. Got it or not? Yes? So blocking queue also extends what? Queue interface only. Understand? So can you briefly provide implementations for this map interface? Okay. Okay. Next question is what? Priority queue class is an implementation class for the queue interface actually. Array DQ class is an implementation class for DQ interface. Blocking queue is a sub interface of queue interface actually. Linked blocking queue and array blocking queue are the implementation classes for this blocking queue interface. Can you give example implementations of blocking queue interface? Please remember this point. Okay, blocking queue is nothing but queue with waiting feature is nothing but a blocking queue. Got it or not? If anyone asks immediately saying like, what are the implementation classes for this blocking queue interface? You can say that blocking queue interface extends queue interface, but it will have two implementation classes. One is the array blocking queue. Got it or not? Which uses array, and another one is a linked blocking queue, which will use as the linked list. Understand or not? Array blocking queue and linked blocking queue are the two implementation classes for this blocking queue interface. Map interface I already explained, which will maintain the key value pairs. Understand or not? So what is the difference between map and sorted map? You know that, right? Hash map maintains, okay, hash map maintains what? No order. Linked hash map maintains insertion order. Sorted map maintains sorting order. Okay, sorted map interface sub interface is navigable map. Navigable map interface implementation class is tree map. Okay, got it. Now you got a clear idea on queues list. So queue elements are arranged in a FIFO strategy. DQ, both ends insertion will be happen, deletions will be happen. Blocking queue means queue with waiting feature is nothing but a blocking queue. Okay, coming to this map or sorted map, just now I have explained difference between map and sorted map. Okay, and next one is hash map. Hash map maintains what? No order. In whichever the order you have inserted, you don't get the elements in the same order. Got it? Next what? We have tree map. Yes, tree map maintains what? Sorted order. Hash map doesn't maintain any order. Okay. Navigable map interface implementation class is tree map only. What are static methods present in the collections class? Collection is an interface, ma. Please make a note. Collection is an interface. Okay. Collections is a class, ma, with some static methods available, like sort method, binary search method, okay, reverse method, reverse order method, sort with list and comparator. Like this, some static methods are available in the collection interface. Collections class. Collection is an interface. Collections is a class, ma. Okay, so collections class is also present in the same java.util package, which will have some static methods. Static utility methods means the methods which are present in the collections class are all static methods, which will be called by using the class name. That's why we will be using like collections.binary search method, collections.binary search reverse method, okay, reverse order method, collections.sort method. Like that we are going to use it. Is it clear? Next one is what? Concurrent collections. Yes, these are nothing but advanced collections, ma'am. Okay, so synchronized collections. What is the difference between synchronized and concurrent collections in Java? Okay. Okay, yeah. Let's get into this synchronized and concurrent collections in Java. Synchronized collections are implemented using synchronized methods and synchronized blocks, ma. Got it or not? If you go for synchronized collections, all the synchronized collections are implemented using synchronized methods and synchronized blocks. That means what? Only one thread is executing at a time, that particular code. Synchronization is nothing but that only, right? Once one thread finishes its task, then only the next thread will get the chance to execute it. That is nothing but a synchronized collections. Okay, so here so many see here synchronization makes consistency, but it will take more time, right? Got it or not? Okay, so it will affect on the performance of the application. Got it or not? So that's why, okay, they have introduced one more collections now known as okay, that is nothing but concurrent collections. Okay, so after 1.5 version in the collections, right, they have introduced one more collections known as concurrent collections. Understand or not? So what are the concurrent collections? Concurrent collections available means what, ma? Here we have so many concurrent collections available, like copy on write, compare and swap. Got it? Do you have any idea on this copy on write and compare and swap? This is one concurrent collection approach, and this is another concurrent collection approach, compare and swap approach, ma. Understand or not? So locks, okay, these are all different approaches where we are going to use in the concurrent collections. Okay. Understand, ma? So what are those? Copy on write, compare and swap, and locks. Got it. So first thing is what? Copy on write. So what is, explain about copy on write concurrent collections approach. Can I explain this topic today, or else shall we continue in the next session? Saturday session. Actually, this is a very important and very interesting concept, copy on write, compare and swap, and locks. Okay. So coming to this copy on write concurrent collections, I thought of to explain this concept in the next Saturday. Yes. Because which is very, very important. The differences between synchronized and concurrent collections. We'll see it in the next session. Along with Java 8 features, and generic is also there. Yes, generics concept is also there, and JVM also someone asked. Okay. And all the features from Java 1.5 version 2 till 1.11, 1.16 version, whatever the core Java features are there, important new features added, all those things we'll see it on Saturday session. Another 100 more questions will be framed. Okay. On all those topics. So we said 200 plus, but it is becoming 300 plus. So for all these questions that what we had covered in these 2 days, Saturday and Sunday sessions, we will provide a notes, answers for all these questions, and everything will provide it to you in that groups, WhatsApp group and Telegram group. Give me just 1 or 2 days of time. Got it? So by tomorrow, end of the day, because I need to type all the answers for all these, right? Okay. So everything will try to do it, finish it by tomorrow, and then we'll send it. Okay. If possible, if possible, because see, Java 1.5 to 17 features, and this concurrent collections topic, JVM. Okay. And then this one is there, no, like what? Generics concept. Okay, these are all will take another 100 more questions. If possible, sure, we'll plan programming questions also on that day. Okay. Yes, sure, we'll prepare. Okay, important interview questions on Java. If possible, we'll prepare. I'm not giving 100% assurance because I need to take normal sessions also, right? So, but we'll prepare and we'll provide it to you as soon as possible. Okay. We'll try to do it on, we'll try to discuss it on next Saturday. Next Saturday timings, we'll plan it at, shall we take same time, or shall we go for around, okay. So we'll take at same time, 10 o'clock. Okay. 10 is fine for us. Thank you so much. Thanks for attending this session, and thanks for listening the class till the end. Okay, thank you so much, and please refer your friends to our sessions, which is very, very, you have, see, in demo sessions what you are going to see, how the trainer is going to explain. Yes or no? In these 2 days I have shown how I am going to explain in the sessions. Yes. So this is just like a demo for you for my sessions. Got it? So please attend these 2 batches, full stack development. It's not like compulsory you should attend full stack. Here we have modules. You can attend the modules that whatever you want also. Got it? And the thing is, join for our WhatsApp groups and the Telegram groups. Okay, where we are providing industry oriented trainings for you. Okay, not a training. You are in a company and you feel like you are developing something. Got it or not? In that way, we are going to explain everything to you, so that compulsory you people will get a job for sure. Got it? So thank you so much. Thank you all for your wonderful feedback for me. It gives a lot of happiness for me. I am the first person who will feel happy when you people get a job by listening all these interview questions. If you face all these interview questions in your side, in your interviews, right? If you answer for all those, I'll be the first person to feel happy. Yes, surely you will get answers for all these. Give me time. Need a big break today. afternoon to evening.